Art is resistance, and art is healing. Art is a form of resistance.
Of course,
and
it is.
That's why the arts are defunded.
Yeah.
That's why museums and educational spaces are defunded. Because through art,
book bans are happening.
Through art and education and literature, we can resist.
Hi, welcome to this special edition of Holding Space with Tracy. We are here on set at the historic The Stonewall Inn in the West Village in New York City. And I could not be more excited to be here in this place where I feel my own history just all around me. My first guest is a drag artist, a political activist, and the host of Stage Fright, where they talk all about Broadway. And please welcome Marti Cummings. Marti Cummings, thank you so much for joining me here at the legendary Stonewall Inn. How exciting.
I love it. I've performed on this stage many, like more times than I can say.
Oh, so you're an old pro at this. I'm,
Yeah,
it's very new to me.
It's a Stonewall. Yeah. It's legendary. Yeah. It's iconic.
Yes.
It's the birthplace of the movement.
And the flag is flying outside, which is important.
Thank God, because, that little diaper Don, he is trying to get rid of it. And we're not going to do it.
We're not letting that happen.
Do it.
No. No. Well, I always like to start very sincerely, given the state of the world.
It's burning to the ground.
How are you?
Oh, fine. Okay, so the state of the world, it's chaotic and scary, and the news cycle is just a bombardment of horror. But one of the greatest forms of resistance is holding on to hope and not losing your joy. And I'm going to tell you, okay, the thing that is getting me through the chaos of the world is Cats the Jellicle Ball. It's all I think about. It's all I talk about. I've seen it twice. I went to opening. It is all I talk about. I could talk about it all day, every day, 24/7. And whenever I feel like the world is falling apart, I just think, Jellicle Ball, joy, queer joy.
I have to go.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I'm sorry, I don't live here.
Get a hotel.
I am a visitor.
Get a hotel. It's all I talk about.
What's your favorite number from it?
Okay, well, of course, Temper Chastity Moore, Dorian Memory is transcendent. It's beautiful. My friend Emma Sophia plays Shimbleshanks, and she does this incredible number.
Ooh. And
it's
Skimbleshanks, the railway cat.
Yeah. Choo. She's so good. The whole show, Junior LaBeija, icon, Paris is Burning, comes out with these long, it's all I talk about. It's all I talk about.
Is Junior Old Deuteronomy?
Gus. Gus.
Perfect.
Old Deuteronomy is Andre the Shield's Broadway legend, theater legend.
Of course.
I'm
all
obsessed with it. It's all I talk about. So when I get sad about the world, I'm like, you know what? There is joy happening. People are creating joy, having queer joy, seeing so many trans people and trans people of color on a Broadway stage, doing ballroom, turning a classic musical into this new piece. Every time I hear anything about Christy Nome and her husband's tits or whatever, I just think
or
of
the
Cats.
new lesbian scandal.
It's always a scandal. Everything's a scandal. Everything's a scandal. And this ballroom. We don't need a ball. I mean, that's okay. I'm going on a tangent. It's all terrible.
It's all terrible.
Except for Cats the Jellicle Ball.
All right. Well, since you mentioned something on Broadway, I wanted to ask you about your weekly Broadway show, Stage Fright.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
It's been going on for 10 years. I love all of my shows. I love all of my weeklies, equally, but I'm a theater girly, and I became a drag artist because of an off-Broadway show I did a million years ago. And so
And what was the show?
It was called Twist, and it was a BDSM version of Oliver Twist, and I played Charlie Bates.
Stop.
And
was Nancy like a dom?
Yes. But they reworked the character for me, where they said, would you be comfortable doing a drag-esque thing? And I fell in love with it, and I started seeing Candace Cain and Sherry Vine and Peppermint and Shaquita and these just icons of drag, and I just fell in love with the art form. So when I started Stage Fright, I wanted to blend my loves together, theater, Broadway, and drag, and it's been we've had Orville Peck as a guest when he was in Cabaret, Billy Porter, Jay Harrison Gee, who's an old friend of mine, has done it. Fran Drescher. We had Anne Ranking just a few months before she passed away. And we do it at Red Eye on 41st and 9th now. And it's just, it's an opportunity. Theater's so expensive, right? And so it can be inaccessible to a lot of people. And so I want this show to be a place where people can see their favorite Broadway performers up close, in person. They can ask them questions from the audience. And a lot of times, like, they'll stay, like Joey McIntyre, when he was doing Drag the Musical, all these, like, 40 and 50-year-old women came to my drag show to see the New Kids on the Block. And he stayed, and he took a picture with every single person there. Like, such an incredible, nice guy. But that's what I want. I want theater to be accessible to people. And this is a great way to have people sing the songs from their shows that people may not get an opportunity to see otherwise.
I love it. And what, other than Cats, the Jellicle Ball, what else are you talking about on Stage Fright?
Well, I love Titanique, of course. And Frankie James Grande and Constantine Rizzoli are doing the show coming up.
Yeah, good.
We have Anania from Rocky Horror. She just made her Broadway debut. Yeah. She's incredible. Like, she's just this embodiment of, like, queer joy, and she's so funny and talented. And for Pride, we're going to have Jerry Mitchell, which I'm so excited. And then we have a big special guest I can't announce yet, so stay tuned, listeners.
I want to try to pry it out of Marti.
I don't know.
Well, you mentioned Pride. What else have you got going on for Pride?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to be at the first week of Pride. I'll be in Scotland because I am a performer with Vakaya, which is an LGBTQ travel company.
I know Vakaya. Sure.
So we're doing a cruise out of Glasgow to Belfast and then to Iceland. So that's,
I want to be on that. Sorry, I want to be on that cruise.
You have to come. You have to come. It's so much fun. They just announced their river cruises for 2027, which is a while away. But I love Christmas and I love Christmas markets, and to go do the Christmas markets again with them, I'm so excited. But the rest of Pride, I'm going to be performing with Kasha Davis in the Catskills, doing one of her shows. I'm super excited for that. And I'll be an ABC correspondent for NYC Pride, which I'm really pumped for. Last year I was Grand Marshal. This year I'm a correspondent.
I know.
So it's really exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Well, I have arrived at my central question.
Uh-oh.
I always feel like James Lipton when I say that from Inside the Actors Studio.
Wait, okay, sorry. Okay,
yeah.
What is your favorite Inside the Actors Studio episode? The correct answer is Liza Minnelli.
Oh God, it's been so long since I've actually seen them.
The correct answer is Liza Minnelli, and
okay,
she
of course,
and she sings her, and she sings that song. If you were not such a sinner, and she does this thing where she's like pretending to smoke a cigarette, and then she flicks it, and then she steps over the dead body, and she's giving it to these kids. Like, it is Liza Minnelli. She's an icon.
Of course she is.
I interviewed her years ago. I have a tattoo of her. I'm obsessed. Liza.
Yeah.
Liza.
And she has a memoir out.
Oh God, are you listening to the audio version of it?
Not yet.
Oh,
Marti, you're exposing all of my gaps.
It's Liza. Okay, I know you have to get to your question, but I'm going to
it's fine.
Quick story.
Yeah, please.
Many
here.
years ago, Liza was doing Liza at the Palace on Broadway. This was close to probably 19, 20 years ago. And I was up in the mezzanine, and I was, like, super young, so that's what I could afford, And she took her eyelashes off and put them on the piano. And all the way in the mezzanine, you could still see her eyelashes on the piano. And then afterwards, my boyfriend at the time was doing hair on Broadway, and they just did their shoot for Vogue. And we ran into Andre Leon Talley. And he was like, oh, you just did our Broadway shoot. Do you want to come backstage? Yeah. And so we got to go backstage and say hi to Liza. God. And then I interviewed her at the Drama Desk Awards that year because I lied my way onto red carpets.
That's incredible. Isn't that incredible to think that you're speaking with legends and people who formed queer culture? Meeting
her and interview, it was like, it's something that will never happen again. And I knew in that moment this will never happen again in my life. And I just tried to, like, be in the moment and soak it up, but also was geeking out. So she's Liza Minnelli. So here's my question. Okay, yeah, sorry.
What is your defying gravity? That piece of art, music, film, TV, literature that has been with you throughout much of your life and its meaning possibly changes as you do?
Okay, I have a lot of answers, but I'll stick to one.
I mean, give me more than one.
Okay.
I would say two is probably.
I'll give two. I'll give two.
All right.
Okay, so when I was a kid, my dad, okay, so when I was a kid, my dad would show me Mel Brooks movies, and my mom would be like, "This is inappropriate for they're 6 years old." But I was watching like Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs as like a 6 and 7 year old, and Madeline Kahn in Blazing Saddles has stuck with me for as like a comedian and a performer.
Yeah.
I remember being a little kid and watching her and knowing that, and in Young Frankenstein, her work, Frankenstein, but like her and Cloris Leachman and Terry Garr, and I knew I was watching something really magical and special, and her scene in Blazing Saddles, I'm so tired. I was 6 years old.
Tired of playing the game.
Yes, again and again with thousands of men. I was 6 years old, running around my house, being like, "Are you in show business? Then get your freaking feet off the stage." As a 6-year-old, and my mom was like, "What is happening?" But my dad showed me that comedy as a kid, and it stuck with me, and just the power in her presence has stuck with me. And then, like, when I got a little older, First Wives Club is my favorite movie of all time.
Yes.
And it's comedic genius. It's just like these powerful women on screen. Maggie Smith and Stockard Channing's in the movie for 4 minutes, and it has 2 lines. And just the moment with the cigarette and the drink and the woman on the elliptical across the way, and she just holds her drink and flicks her cigarette, and she like defines acting in like a 2-minute scene, and I just think it's like a brilliant like case study in acting.
Yeah, I love that. I love both those answers.
Yeah.
Stockard in 6 Degrees of Separation.
Stockard Channing in anything. Practical Magic 2, it's coming out. You put the lime in
Can't wait.
Okay. Movies from the 90s and the 80s are the best. So Practical Magic, Witches of Eastwick, of course.
Come on. That one I know.
So
that was not during my lost years.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mermaid, Christina Ricci's first film.
Come on.
Yeah. Soap Dish. Have you seen Soap Dish? Whoopi Goldberg.
I was just talking. Okay, so
Soap Dish is so brilliant. But okay, so the scene. If you haven't seen Soap Dish, go do it. So the scene where Whoopi Goldberg takes Sally Field to the mall so she feels famous. So I'm a performer. So I'm painfully insecure and hate myself. So we all have it.
We don't have room for that.
We all have it. And so my friends joke that my Sally Field moment is they'll prop me up on the corner of like 50th and 9th outside of Ariba. I sit outside, and because they know that we can't get through a meal because people will come up to me or talk to me.
Yeah.
And so my friend Hernando got so annoyed. He was visiting from LA, and I was feeling insecure. I was like, "Let's go to Ariba." And we sat outside, and he was like, "You're an asshole because I want to have dinner with you, and now all these gays are like saying hi and coming up."
Yeah.
And but I was like, I just needed a boost. So
we're all Sally Field.
We're all Sally Field.
I will say, when I was in high school, I used to be told that I looked like Sally in Gidget.
Oh my God, throwback! Have you read her book?
I listened to her read it, which was unbelievable during the pandemic.
It's incredible.
I would just walk around West LA and listen to Sally.
She's one of the greatest
incredible writer.
Oh my God, she's incredible. She's
incredible. Come on.
She's Sally Field.
The scene in the cemetery.
Oh my
Steel
God.
Magnolias.
Well, also the scene in Mrs. Doubtfire at the dinner table, which is like the whole time. Sally Field is the queen of, and I'd like to believe the scripts aren't written this way, that she just chooses to say every line 3 times, and it's always it's because she does it in Steel Magnolias also. She just says the lines 3 times, but each time is different, and oh my God, she's Sally Field. Come on the pod.
Yeah. Thanks, Marty.
Yeah, come on the pod, Sally.
Yeah, you're invited, Sally.
Yeah, Sally, what are you doing?
I have interviewed Sally.
What?
Over the phone, but I had 20 minutes on the phone with Sally Field, which is like, for a kid from Connecticut, like, who just dreamed of.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would have had to take an Imodium. I would have just shit. Oh my God, I love her. I love her.
Well,
I did one of my auditions for Titanique. They've called me in before many times, but one time Jamie, my agent,
Jamie Harris.
I was in Argentina, and because I was getting ready to do a cruise gig, and he called me and he was like, "They want to see you again. Can you come in tomorrow?" And I was like, "No, girl, I'm in Argentina about to get on a boat." And he was like, "Okay, I'll call you back." And he's like, "Okay, they can do a Zoom session with you." So I like to think that I am the only person who's auditioned for Titanique on a boat with icebergs behind me. I was in Antarctica.
Okay.
And so I'm doing this scene on a boat
So what you're
in
telling
Antarctica with icebergs.
What you're telling me is that your method.
Yeah. Who am I, Meryl? Like, so if anything, this is my plea. Telsey, casting. Ty, Marla, Connie. I auditioned on a boat with icebergs. You're going on tour? Put me on the tour. I'm ready. Let's go. I drove all night. Yeah, Celine.
Yeah.
She's great.
Well, and I first knew it as the Cyndi Lauper song.
That's Cyndi Lauper song?
Cindy did it first. I drove all night.
This is an educational podcast.
It is. Anything 80s related, I'm telling you. Listen, I'm giving you homework. Go listen to Cindy's version and watch the video. It's incredible. Okay. I want to go back to your background a little bit. Would you talk a little bit about growing up in Maryland?
Oh, Maryland.
Oh, Mary.
I'm actually going down there I have a show in D.C. on May 2nd, but I'm popping over to Chestertown's Pride. They're doing, and I was so honored to, I threw the first Pride in my hometown in 2017 or 2018, I think. And they're bringing it back, and
Incredible.
I'm going to kick it off by speaking.
Good.
And it's a small little town. My family has lived on the same farm since 1782. And like, I grew up, like, hating it, like, really hating it.
Yeah.
And I felt, like, this is not, like, a unique story, but I was, like, super flamboyant and super queer and was bullied and made fun of and stood out like a sore thumb and whatever. And I just felt so, I have to get out of here. And my aunt, growing up, lived in Tarrytown outside of the city, so we would come to visit her. And when most people come to visit the city, they would say, oh, I want to go to the Statue of Liberty, or I want to see the Empire State Building. I would always say, where's Rosie O'Donnell's studio? I want to see Rosie O'Donnell. Because my grandmother and I would watch Rosie's show every day, and it was my access to theater. It was my access to Broadway.
She was a gift.
And a gift. And, like, the coolest person. And I've interviewed her many, many times, and she's just the coolest person. But I was like, I have to see Rosie. And, but now as a, 38-year-old, I go home and I have such appreciation for how beautiful, like, the nature is there, the Sassafras River that I grew up on. And it's so beautiful. And I cherish those memories of, like, my cousin Sophie and Macon and I, like, on our drinking our root beer floats and on our rope swinging into the river. And I mean, but as a kid, I was like, oh, I hate it here. But looking back, I'm like, what an amazing, it was so beautiful.
Like, pre-technological.
Yeah, there was nothing. Yeah. There was no gadgets or gadgets except for Tamagotchi. I love a Tamagotchi.
Sure, but we all do.
But, like, I have such an appreciation for it now, and now seeing it start to open up, and for the first time, recently, it went. Only 18,000 people live in this county. And by 124 votes, it went blue in the presidential election. And that was the first time, like, that's ever happened. Yeah. And so 124 people, that's not a ton of people, but, like, but it's still, the needle is moving. And now they're having this pride. And, like, my parents are really good friends with this guy who owns a bar down there. And he got a lot of pushback for this, but he did a pride celebration where queer and trans people in the community could come and have a safe space to kick off like Pride season. He did it last week, and my parents went, and
I love that.
And so it's like these moments of, like, little, like, pockets of progress that I think are really important in these small conservative communities, and so I have such a great appreciation for it now.
Thank you. I love that. Well, how are you feeling? I mean, we talked a little bit about how the world is on fire, but that sounds to me as though maybe you have a little bit of hope.
I do have a little bit of hope. I have a lot of hope. Because if history has taught us anything, look at what just happened in Hungary.
Yeah, that's a good example.
You know, look at what happened in Italy when they voted against their prime ministers wanting to take control more. You know, in France, they beat out the far right in elections. In the Netherlands, they elected a young gay prime minister. You know,
Yeah.
so there's been this huge right-wing movement across the world, but you're seeing people pushing back against it. And in this country, like, no matter how they dice it, like, we are the majority. And the majority of Americans have expressed that they support trans rights.
Yeah.
The majority of Americans have expressed that they are against what is happening to our immigrant communities. And so there is hope in it, but we're in this place of Steve Bannon laid it out, where he said they're just going to bombard the news over and over and over and over and over again, so we feel defeated and lose our hope.
Right.
And we have to keep pushing back. If you see ICE in your neighborhood, get out there. Like, and I say this all the time. Like, we come from a place of privilege. We are white people in America.
Right.
And I identify as non-binary, but I also recognize when I'm not in drag, I present like cis male. And that is a place of privilege. I get put into, even as a queer person, oftentimes in rooms that other people might not have access to. And so if you're a white person in America and you are not using your privilege to fight for Black and brown people who are being disenfranchised, look what just is happening in Brooklyn with deed theft, where people are stealing people's homes. Chioc, the city council member, was just arrested for standing up for a tenant. Like, if you're a white person and you're not standing up for Black and brown people or immigrants who are under attack, if you're not standing up for trans people, especially trans people of color who have higher rates of crime against them, then what do you like? What a waste of opportunity to fight back. And at these protests and at these things, we should be the ones on the front line putting our bodies on the line. And I saw this, it like blew up on social media. This older woman was at a protest, and the interviewer was like, "Why do you think there's not as many people of color at this protest?" And she goes, "Because this isn't their fight. Like, we're like we should be out here putting our bodies on the line. White people have fucked this country up, and we are a country that is built on stolen land. What European colonization was a genocide." And there's still ramifications from it where indigenous people in this country are disproportionately disenfranchised against. We're a country that was built by people who were stolen from their land. And so this 400-year history is still happening today, and this administration wants to continue that path. And we have to continue to fight against it, because I know the majority of people in this country are not for what this administration is doing. And but I have hope, because I see people multiple generations coming together to fight back against this, and so I do have hope. And to take it back to Jellicle Ball, something like that on a Broadway stage, where audiences who come to the theater, art is resistance and art is healing.
I have that right here.
Hey!
Intersection of art and politics.
Art is a form of resistance.
Of course,
and
it is.
That's why the arts are defunded.
Yeah.
That's why museums and educational spaces are defunded, because through
book bans are happening.
Through art and education and literature, we can resist. And something like the Jellicle Ball is a queer show with a primarily queer and trans cast of color. So if I would tell this quick story. So I went to the second preview before I went to opening night, and I was sitting with my friend, and there was this woman and her son sitting next to us, and it was very clear she was visiting her son, who I assume lived in New York, whatever. But at the beginning, the first part of Cats, she was I think she expected to see, like, Cats, the musical, right?
Right.
And she was very, like...
A lot of
Meow, 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 meow. But she was very like, what am I watching? What am I watching? And you could tell her son felt uncomfortable to because when you see the show, they want you to treat it like you're at a ball because it is a ball and like yell out and be involved in the show. Yeah. And you could tell he really wanted to, he had his clack fan in his lap, you know?
Oh.
And I was like watching the stage and then looking at them and and as we got towards the end of Act 1, this woman started like calling back, like timidly, but like and she was starting to open up more. And then Act 2 happened, and you could see the shift in her body.
Yeah.
And she started getting involved, and then her son had his clack fan and was clacking his fan. And so that is art.
Yeah.
Opening someone up to a new experience. Opening someone up to something that they've never witnessed or been a part of. And so if people see that, I hope that planted the seed that woman can go back to wherever she's from and talk about the experience of witnessing queer joy and what that could have possibly done for her relationship with her son.
Right.
You know? So art is healing, and that's why they're scared of it.
Yes.
That's why they're scared of it. Because it can change hearts and minds.
Yeah.
And it can educate us in new ways. And that's why they're scared of it.
Yeah.
And that's why we need the arts.
I think we might be kind of getting near the end, but
So you got me fired up.
I mean, hey, it's what I do. It is an election year.
Yes.
You got involved in politics. Broke some ground as a legend, first non-binary person to run for city council in New York City. Is that correct?
Yes.
What did that teach you, and what can people learn from becoming more involved with the political process?
I think the biggest thing it taught me is we need more political outsiders running for office and working on campaigns and being involved in the political process. Running for office was one of the greatest joys of my life. It was also extremely stressful. I was doing it during COVID, and you know, there was a lot of moving parts. But I think the biggest lesson I learned from running for office is that more people who aren't part of the political system and aren't part of the political establishment and elite should be in politics and should be a part of these. You know, there's so many of us in these activist spaces, which is beautiful and need it. But I think we need more of that in the electorate. And we're seeing the establishment continue to fail us in so many ways. And on obviously on the right, but on the left also, we're seeing people not meeting the moment.
Yeah.
And it's, in my opinion, like it is paramount that we tax the rich. It is unconscionable to me that these wealthy people are able to hoard such wealth while people are working 2, 3, 4 jobs just to pay the rent. You know, the median rent in New York City is like $5,000 a month. That is not sustainable. No. You know, like people don't have. Having a system where you need to have a GoFundMe to pay for your medical treatment is beyond comprehension. And I oftentimes get so, you know, a lot of people on my side of the aisle say, well, we need to make sure that we win so we can have access to abortion again and make sure that we're protecting people. You had an opportunity to codify Roe v. Wade. You had an opportunity to codify the and put into action the Equality Act. And I believe a lot of times these establishment folks in office don't do that because they need something to run on instead of getting things done. And I'm tired of that rhetoric. Like, when you're in office, get it done. Get it fucking done. Because people are suffering.
Leave a better legacy for yourself.
Leave a better legacy. People are suffering. There is the fact that we have billions and billions and billions of dollars that can be put into our military or into wars. There's no reason a child's only meal of the day should be at school with a free lunch program. And now that's being taken away. You know, we say we're the greatest country in the world and we're the most powerful and the wealthiest country in the world, but we are the country that continues to fall behind in education,
Everything.
healthcare, housing, and so it's both parties are completely fucking up, and that's why I think more people who aren't part of the elite should be running. And I love what our mayor in New York City has done for this city.
Yeah.
Already, he's showing that the government can work for the people. That's what it is there to do.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of people thinking that they deserve a spot in office because it's owed to them. It is not owed to you. You work for us. My taxes pay your check. And sometimes it's time for you to lose your job. And I think a lot of these folks are seeing that with these movements across the country, with people running for office and winning elections that are bucking the establishment. That's what we need.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. I have one final question.
Yeah.
What are you holding space for? That is the proper response. You just take a moment.
I'm holding space for more opportunities to find joy in the movement while we resist, and I'm holding space for seeing people get activated and fired up to protect and fight for other people and their rights. And I think what's going on in the world has awoken a lot of people, and I'm holding space for burning the system to the ground.
I think you're the first person to say that, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Marti Cummings, where can folks find you?
Oh, on the internet.
Around.
Marti G. Cummings is my Instagram.
Where was that place you said you like to go? Arriba?
Oh, on the corner of 51st and 9th. My Instagram, Marti G. Cummings. I have, my weekly shows in New York at Rise, Pieces, G Lounge, and Red Eye, Stage Fright. The show we talked about is at Red Eye. Check it out on my website, marticummings.com.
Thank you so much for being
you.
here. This has been a real pleasure for me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Holding Space with Tracy is hosted by Tracy E. Gilchrist, that's me, and executive producers are Tracy E. Gilchrist, Joao Del Stella, and Toni Morrison. Co-producer, Mason May. Publicist, Toni Morrison. Editor, Allison Tate. Videography, Kevin Coop and William Mason. And photography, Emily Teague.